Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing a much needed front porch makeover. We purchased this home about 10 years ago. Did quite a bit on the inside, but this is the one area that's been seriously neglected. Back then, we only changed the light fixtures and later on an impact door. But apart from that, we've done nothing here over the years, so it's finally time to give it some love. We're going to be doing lots of cleaning, painting, planting, and a couple DIY projects. We're giving this porch a budget-friendly, modern makeover. Let's get started. I think nothing brings more life into a space other than plants. So I'm heading over to Lowe's, and to keep this as budget-friendly as possible, I'm heading straight to the clearance plant section. There are racks and racks here of a little less than perfect plants that you could snag at amazing prices. Even if you don't have what is considered a green thumb, and I didn't think I had one either, but I've figured out that replanting these into bigger pots with some quality soil can really bring these back to life. Most of this front porch area gets a lot of sun, so I'm selecting plants that love the sun and are a bit hardy. And I also picked up some succulents. These are really easy to maintain and they don't require too much. Before working on the space, we repotted all the plants I picked up at Lowe's as well as some others that we already had. My mom is helping me with this part. She's the one with the green thumb. So with her guidance and sharing her knowledge with me, I learned it really isn't that difficult. We repotted into bigger pots to give them some room to grow and thrive, and we also used a well-balanced soil we get from a local grower here. I made sure to wet them in the evenings and I set them aside so I can start working on the space. Okay, so this is the first area I'm going to tackle. My plan is to relocate these plants, and instead of planting into the ground again, I'm going to clear this area as much as I can and layer some stones. Then I'm going to set the big potted plants on top of it. I'm going for a clean and modern aesthetic. At this point, I paused the project as my husband wanted to add a concrete ledge around the perimeter of the wall. Our son came over on the weekend to help him, and once they got that done, I was back in business. Before moving on, this is a couple of weeks later, and I wanted to give you guys an update on how these plants are doing in their new location. The first one needs a little more time. The bougainvillea is springing back quite nicely, and this one is truly enjoying its new location at the front of the house. Now back to the project. Since we had already relocated the porch swing to the pool area, I'm just clearing the space of all the other items. I'm getting some help from a friend to power wash everything. Once it's dried, I'm going to get started painting the floor. I'm using Rustoleum concrete and garage floor paint. This was also found at the Oops section at Lowe's. If you don't know, both Home Depot and Lowe's has an area where paint that's either unused, mistinted, or returned by customers are sold for a deep discount. They would even add pigment if you asked to shift the color a bit. And this turned out a lot grayer than I would like, but I'm making it work. I started by brushing it around the edges and then just poured it out and rolled away. Because this is a textured floor, I'm using a 1/2-inch nap roller. It went on easily, and I did this in about 20 minutes. There's quite a bit of peeling paint around the bottom, but that's staying that way for now. We plan on repainting the house later this year. It's a couple of days later and it's time to lay down the stones that I purchased previously and place the large pots. I'm trying out this product called Preen for the first time. It's a weed blocker and an alternative to the traditional black cloth-like weed barrier. There are many different colors and sizes of stones available. I decided on using these darker gray ones. The lighter color ones tend to look dirty over time. Next, I'm prepping the door for paint. After sanding and cleaning, I did 2 coats of General Finishes milk paint in the color Lamp Black. I also repainted the door handle, first with a primer and then spray painted in black. It wasn't in the plan or the budget to change these light fixtures, but as the project went along, we thought since 2 of the 4 fixtures don't work, let's just change them. I found these affordable ones on Amazon and had my lovely electrician change them out. And since we've never had house numbers, he installed those as well. It's finally time to work on some decor. I've had these planters for about a year now. I picked them up at Hobby Lobby when they had a huge clearance sale at 90% off, so I didn't pay much for them. But once I had them, I found they were a little too farmhouse for me. So I planned on doing a paint texture to modernize them a little bit, but I don't have a lot of time to allocate to that right now. So I am going to use it the way it is. I'm just going to apply a clear coat to protect them from the elements, and then later on I'll think of something that I can do to change them up a bit. Here are a couple more planters I found curbside last year. I'm repainting this one black and repurposing as an end table. Remember these? If you haven't seen the video where I made over these thrifted chairs, then be sure to check it out after watching this video. Now that all the big and small projects are done, it's time to put everything together and decorate. I use items I already had together with a recent home goods haul. This front porch makeover was no different to most of my room makeovers. They span over weeks and sometimes months as I do a little bit at a time in between other projects and, well, life. This one was particularly tedious. The summer sun here in Florida is no joke. When it cools down a bit later in the year, we'll take advantage of repainting the walls and finishing the other front section to coordinate with this area. If you particularly liked any of the ideas used in this makeover, let me know in the comments. As usual, all the items used are listed in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video and it inspires you to look at your home and always see the potential. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next week Friday. Here's my finished front porch.